Hi guys, and welcome to the very first episode of Random Talks with Ira. Here we're just gonna sit down and talk about everything that's been living rent-free in my head. Internet drama, pop culture, and real life stuff. You can't even imagine how happy I am to be finally filming this. It's actually the third time I'm filming this first episode. Yes, I am a bit crazy. I want everything to be really nice, and I fucked up the sound when I filmed the second time, and my phone didn't record anything when I filmed for the first time. So I hope the third one is a lucky one for me. And we're starting with the Biebers. So here's the thing, I am genuinely okay with them. I mean, I kind of like the couple, they look real nice together and they're cute. If I'm being honest, I think I find Hailey actually a more appealing person than Justin. But still, I see so much negative, sometimes even hateful content about them online. And I know overstepping boundaries or bullying aren't new things on the internet, but it's gotten really extreme in their case. Ever since the Biebers got married for almost 7 years now, the internet has been predicting their divorce every single month. I mean, guys, what's wrong with you? How do you find so much time? Sometimes I can find time to brush my teeth, and you're finding time to create all those bullying videos where you say he hates her, they're disgusting, she's literally the worst person in the world. You know, this is kind of strange. I understand Hailey with all those things where she says like, I can't really believe we're still on this topic, you know? Like, I thought we were over this, and we are apparently not. For years, people have called Hailey a stalker, said she's just a copycat, even though she has a strong and consistent sense of style that's been there for years. So I don't really get the hate range. She seems to be maturing into a successful young woman. She may have this problem where she tries to, save the bad boy who's injured from the industry, but it's her life. She can do whatever she wants. Her style has definitely improved with time. I mean, the 2010, 2016 vibe is a hard pill to swallow for me, so I can't really blame her for looking a little bit cringe back then. She looked kind of like any other teen figuring things out. She reminded me like a Modern Family character. But now her style is definitely iconic. I loved her collaboration with Fila. The whole line is pretty and wearable. It may not be revolutionary, but it's a real life fashion that works. I would get everything from that launch. Fila, Hailey, if you want to send me some PR, I'm open if you're interested. Also, I like Rode. The concept, the design, the products all seem really nice to me. And hey, she recently signed a $1 billion deal with Elf Cosmetics, and Rode is coming to Sephora this year. So congrats, Hailey, you're doing great. But now we have to talk about the more confusing character in all of this. Yes, Justin. Here we go. I kind of get why people think he hates her. I mean, have you seen all of those strange clips with them? I know the internet twisted the narrative around them, like, incredibly. We have this moment where Justin says, "Babe, don't touch me," and everyone says, "Oh, he hates her, he doesn't want her to touch him." And the reality is that just someone on the live asked him, "How would you say to your partner if you don't want to be touched at the moment?" And he kind of gave the example. So this is how it is with Biebers. The narrative is twisted so much we can't really find the truth, but we have all those clips. Like, remember the car door thing? That's not something you do to a stranger, let alone your wife and the future mother of your child. For clarity, she wasn't pregnant when he hit her with the car door, but it kind of doesn't make it better. I don't know, maybe the clip cuts off before he runs to check on her. I kind of hope that's the case. I mean, there are cute daily moments too, but what I saw was creepy. Then we have the Vogue cover post. I know everybody already commented on this topic, but I kind of want to say something too, because I don't really understand Justin in this whole mess. Your wife landed US Vogue cover, and you just wrote, "I once told her she'd never be on the cover of Vogue." Like, why would you do this? I don't know, Justin, you may wanna appear as, this honest, raw guy, but you kind of stole the thunder from your wife. I mean, unless it was a PR move to kind of give traction to the Vogue cover, but I feel like Hailey got the traction herself. So this behavior, alongside with those clips where he acts completely indifferent to her, this is what creates the narrative that Justin Bieber hates his wife. Honestly, I don't really think he hates her. Because, he's Justin Bieber, he has free will, he doesn't have to be married to her. He may be in debt for all those cancelled tours, but I don't really think it's the case. And I think he kind of loves her. And I actually think that he does need lots and lots and lots of therapy. But it's not my place to comment on it. And Justin barely gives interviews anymore. He moves kind of strangely in public, even physically. I don't know, maybe it's some kind of skin issue like shaving irritation, or maybe it's a PR move, or maybe it's the fact that he is constantly being filmed. Still, people keep asking if he's okay, and I get why. To be fair, it might be overstepping. Not many people want every part of their personal life picked apart publicly, especially when the narrative can be cruel or inaccurate, as it is with Biebers. So let's talk about what we do know. Justin got insanely famous super young, moved countries at 13-14, he got rich in his teens, was sexualized early, went through very public teen relationship, and had a major breakdown. That's kind of intense. When I was 13, I was playing with dolls and I had a strict home time. I'm pretty sure we understand where he gets his problems. There were also family problems, often on drama with his ex, and it actually always seemed to resurface right when a song dropped. That's convenient. He also had Lyme disease, which led to facial paralysis. He co-founded Drew, which he's now left, and he became a father and a husband, something he said he always wanted. So maybe he's asking what's next. He's launching a new brand, Skylark, which seemed to be fashion-focused, and I've heard that Hailey designed a leather jacket for them. It's iconic. We all love her leather jacket collection. He also left his previous team and brought on new legal and management representatives. Plus, he's supposedly working on a new album and might be performing live more. I also must say that he often looks tired and exhausted, which people interpret as a breakdown, or maybe it's just having a newborn in the house. We don't know. Either way, I'd love to see a fresh, honest interview with Justin, where he could just talk freely and answer some real questions. Speaking of interviews, let's talk about Alex Cooper, aka Call Her Daddy. She recently released a new documentary on Hulu and I loved it. It's honest, raw, personal, just like Call Her Daddy show itself. By the way, she could interview Justin. So I found her about a year ago through some of her interviews, got curious, and I've been following her ever since. Honestly, Alex is so inspiring to me. She has built an entire media world, Unwell Network, a podcast and media platform focused on lifestyle, wellness, and pop culture. They're also developing scripts for TV and film, and filming a reality dating show called Overboard for Love. I heard this project is filmed on a yacht or something. I watched one of her recent podcasts or interviews with some guy, I don't really know the guy, and she mentioned that they're filming on a yacht and that she's not going to be the host. I feel like she said that Overboard for Love isn't the final name for the show. They're still figuring it out. She even launched an electro drink line, Unwell Hydration. Oh, and her wedding went viral too. I actually loved her wedding, even though I didn't follow her when she was getting married, but we're going to talk about weddings in the next episode. So she's working with wild consistency, landing massive deals, and starting incredible, important conversations. I haven't watched every interview, but some of my favorites are with Paris Hilton, Jane Goodall, Monica Lewinsky, and Kamala Harris. She also has great solo episodes, just her talking to the audience. They're raw, funny, and personal. How to Live a Beach Boy literally made me cry laughing. She also explores deeper stuff, like evolving through different life phases. One great episode is called Getting Older, Hotter, and Wiser. I love it because a lot of people are scared of getting older, and I think talking about it in mindful, honest way is powerful and helpful. Another one of her recent episodes was about not feeling ready to be a mom, and I can totally relate, even though I am only 23, but babies are so scary to me. Parenting takes a lot. Compromises, lifestyle changes, new responsibilities. You're literally teaching a whole new person how to live. And the pressure on women to have kids, especially once they're married or nearing 30, is real. Not to mention how governments often try to control our bodies, telling us what we can and can't do with them. Who are you? You're not the one to decide, And I feel like Alex agrees. She recently released a powerful episode about abortion, and you should go watch it. I personally believe that parenting should be a choice, not something you're forced into. And since we're on the topic, how do you feel about parenting? To me, it always seemed scary. But honestly, seeing so many different experiences and having open conversations really changed my perspective. Also, normalizing things like asking for help and having both parents involved really makes a difference. I'm not saying I want kids right now or even soon. I mean, I'm 23 and babies really scare me. But I've accepted this fact that maybe one day it will happen for me. Also, Modern Family helped me with that. I know I keep mentioning this show because I truly love it. They're so sweet, funny, and you see that lives go on after kids. I love how much more openness there is now. People share their experiences, talk through them, and it helps. You get to process it and figure out what works for you specifically. That said, I still don't really get why people want kids. Some say they want to give love, some just ended up pregnant and chose to go through with it, some feel pressured, others want to raise kids as a shared expression of their love. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What's your motivation behind having kids or not having them? But back to the topic, what also stresses me out is the time pressure. I mean, you don't just have the baby, you have to actually raise them. That takes years, money, energy. So is there a too late to have kids? Not just fertility-wise, but resource-wise too. Thinking about too late to have kids, I'm always thinking about my grandma. I remember when I was younger, she was so active and she had lots of energy and she wanted to do stuff with me just because she physically could do this. But now with my sister, me and my sister have like a 12-year gap between us. When she was born, my grandma kind of lost her energy. You see what I mean? Like, time goes on and these 12 years actually made a huge difference on her physical activity levels. What I'm saying is sometimes you just may not have enough energy to, handle your baby. And this is what I mean when I talk about is there too late to have kids, resource-wise. Also, I can't lie, the idea of postpartum depression really scares me, as does pregnancy itself. I've seen lots of women go through it and come out okay, but the fear still lingers, And don't even get me started on careers. Parenting takes time, and someone has to take time off work, skip events, drive to the doctor, help with school project, basically manage it all. Yes, there are nannies, but as someone who's already anxious about parenting, that doesn't make me feel totally better. You're hiring a stranger to take care for your most precious little human. I think if it's financially possible, it's best to spend time with the nanny while you're also present to help the child adjust and feel safe, and you can adjust and get to know this person as well. Sometimes relatives help too, especially if finances are tight or you don't want a stranger with your baby, but not everyone has that kind of support, and sometimes it's just not the move, Like, we have disabled parents, abusive parents, busy parents, working, traveling parents. We have so many different scenarios, and not everyone can help you with your baby because sometimes they just can't, and it's your baby and it's kind of your responsibility and your choice to have them. And this is exactly why, well, not only this, but among other reasons, this is also the reason why I think parenting should be a choice, because this is something you're choosing this path for you, and well, others around you don't have to support this decision or to adjust their life to kind of help you with this decision. I hope you get what I mean by this. Not to mention the other parent. It's a long life bond with another person on such a deep level. You don't want to mess this up. I see I'm rambling, but that's kind of what Random Talks is. Personal and a little bit messy. I share what's keeping me up at night, get weirdly excited and overly involved. I think that's it for today, Random Talks with Ira. And I actually wanna show you someone. This little someone was here with us the whole time I was filming. If you follow me on Insta, I'm not sure if I've shown my little baby on TikTok, but this is my little boy. His name's Larry. He's been with me this whole time. He doesn't actually like to sit this way, so I'm going to let him go. Thanks for hanging out with me and letting me ramble about all things living rent-free in my brain. I'd love it if you share ideas for the future episodes. Let's keep it fun, random, and just a little bit intriguing for both sides. See you soon. Love you. Bye.